The 2023 rankings by Reporters Without Borders, also known by its French acronym RSF, finds the biggest drops in press freedom have been in Africa. Tunisia, for example, fell 27 places because of President Kais Saied's growing authoritarianism. Another country, Senegal, which historically has ranked high, plummeted 31 places. Sadibou Marang is the West Africa director for RSF based in Dakar, Senegal. He spoke to VOA via Skype.
The country has been for so long time a regional model in terms of press freedom. And now, as we go towards elections periods in 2024, we have witnessed and recorded attacks against crew, against TV crews, against cameramen, against journalists themselves. And these attacks have been coming from either security forces or political actors. And those political actors might be from the opposition or from the ruling party.
He says several countries in the Sahel have also become problematic, especially for the foreign media. Both Burkina Faso and Mali expelled French journalists last year, and Mali suspended broadcast of France 24 television and Radio France Internationale. On the other side of the continent, some countries have been repeat offenders, says Muthoki Mumo, Sub-Saharan Africa representative for the Committee to Protect Journalists, another international press freedom organization.
Top, unfortunately, is Eritrea, repeatedly every year, because of the private press having been shuttered for over 2 decades now, and at least 16 journalists being imprisoned, many of them since 2001. We also look at Cameroon, again, where you have journalists who've been imprisoned for years and years, and Rwanda in the East Central Africa region, where we've seen a crackdown on journalism online, manifesting in the arrest, particularly of YouTubers, over the last couple of years.
She said 2023 started on a particularly sour note.
When you look at Sub-Saharan Africa, I think by February, we'd already had 3 prominent deaths, 2 in Cameroon, Martinez Zogo, Jean-Jacques Olabebe, both of whom spoke about corruption. And, John Williams Ntwali in Rwanda.
She said Ntwali was one of the few remaining fearless journalists operating mainly on YouTube, willing to cover subjects that no one else was covering. Somalia is also considered a dangerous and hostile environment for journalists, Mumo pointed out. And she says that with the advent of online journalism, CPJ is seeing more laws being enacted to criminalize speech, especially in Kenya and Uganda.
The fact that we're seeing a lot of media just simply existing on the online space. We're seeing attendant regulation. Parliaments, governments saying, this is a space we need to regulate, talking about cybercrime, talking about safety of children, talking about privacy, which are all very important things that we ought to be looking at. But in the process, slipping in laws that take us years backwards.
There are a few countries on a positive trajectory that both Mumo and Marang lauded, including Botswana, which rose 35 places to now rank 65th, as well as Tanzania and Gambia.
Last year, Gambia was 50. Now, this year, they are 46 in ranking. This is an extraordinary step, because Gambia during former President Jammeh was a hell for journalists.
Namibia is the highest ranking African country on this year's RSF index at 22, followed by South Africa at 25 and Cape Verde at 33. Mariama Diallo, VOA News, Nairobi.